Paul Emmanuel has been focusing on some of the most historical wars the world has experienced by acknowledging soldiers who are forgotten, unrecorded and uncelebrated, by pressing their names on his body. All this for an ongoing installation project which is now in northern France, focusing on World War I, which had black South African participants whose names have never been acknowledged. Producer Tumi Sedumedi paid the artist a visit this week.
Memory. Depending on what angle you want to look at it from, it can either celebrate or destroy a whole generation. And if you were black during some of the world's most influential and lethal wars, you were just an afterthought. And this visual artist is determined to use his intellectual and creative powers to rewrite that history.
There are no black South African names on that memorial. And I've included black South Africans with white South Africans, with Germans, British, French, all of the allies, without any reference to their ranks or ethnicities. I've pressed those names onto my skin.
Johannesburg-based Paul Emmanuel has been working on a project he calls The Lost Men. It celebrates heroes who fell during wars, documented, undocumented, black, white and forgotten ones too. His installation, which comprises of prints on silk, uses images of the artist. Unconventional images. With the assistance of photographer Charles Fraser, Emmanuel stood in front of the lens, bare, nude and shaven, with names of soldiers pressed onto his flesh. Literally, because for this artist, pain is part of the process of unpacking the impact of an experience that is war. In his latest edition, he focuses on World War I, and the installation is based at the Tivoli Memorial to the missing of the Somme in northern France. Supported by La Mâchoire du Centenaire in Paris, Institut Français and the National Arts Council of South Africa, the counter memorial by Paul Emmanuel has been up since the 1st of July and will be blown by the French winds until the 1st of October.
And one of those battles, the Battle of Delville Wood, South Africans were involved in. Black and white South Africans, servicemen, took part in those battles. Black South African men weren't allowed to carry weapons 100 years ago, so their names are not recorded on the walls of Tivoli Memorial, which is right next to where I've put my installation up. I've put my installation right next to this enormous edifice on the hill, on the battlefields of the Somme.
Reactions to the counter memorial by the public have so far been a mixture of anger, outrage and simple appreciation. The nudity has been the thorniest bit for the public to deal with.
The idea of working with the war comes from working with the military. The military has been such a powerful institution when it comes to trying to understand masculinity in South Africa. I'm talking about myself. I because of problems of representation and representing others, I would not, for instance, comment on other people's grief or experience of loss, but I can talk about my own.
Of course, it's not a permanent sight. Of course, the names won't remain on his skin forever. Of course, the silk will eventually deteriorate. Maybe this project will be nothing but a distant memory in the future. But one war at a time, this visual artist will celebrate the lost men the best way he knows how to. For Morning Live in Braamfontein, Johannesburg, I am Tumi Sedumedi.